Welcome back, everybody. So today we will learn about uh, exception handling, type errors, file handling. I think I better show you from here because I put them together. Python type errors, exception handling, regular expression, and file handling. Great. If we manage to learn all this, then it would be great. So let's start from Python type errors. As always, we create a folder, right? And I call this a week 6. And let's see, Python type errors errors.py. Okay, so what this mean? I think I prefer to show you something here on the command line, maybe cmd. I can write, how about if I say Python? Yeah, so I can write any Python code here, right? So if I say print hello, do you think this run?
Yes.
Of course it does. How about if instead I say hello? How about if I do this?
No.
No. No. So and it doesn't run because Python doesn't understand. Because Python is a programming language, it has its own syntax. If you do something outside what Python knows, it doesn't run. It raises an error. Have you seen what type of error is it? Have you
A
seen?
data type error.
Rene, can you? I'm not sure. Not a data type.
Okay.
Syntax error.
Syntax error.
Yeah, syntax. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, great. It's a syntax error. So that means actually there are different kind of errors. So whenever we come across with errors, we have to identify what, and then right away we can fix it. As you can see here, even it shows me where to fix it, right? So I can come here and then I fix it. The process of fixing our errors, we call it debugging. So we had a syntax error, but now we know sometimes even you don't know what kind of error you have, what kind of bug you have in your code. And sometimes you may spend half an hour or maybe 2 even a day. So you should be patient, okay? Okay, let's do something else. Now, for instance, a is equal to 5. And then sum, maybe total is equal to a plus b. Do you think this run?
No.
No.
Why?
You haven't defined B.
Yes, great. B is not known. So let's see what Python says. What do you think? What kind of error is it? Yeah.
Name error.
Name error. So as you can see, this name is not known. It's not known. It's not yet defined. Even it tells you name B is not defined yet. So we should define it. So to fix that again, let's put some value, and now it should run. Of course, the total value might be corrected. Okay, now let's do something again. Maybe at A we may have 3 and at B we may have 2, and then C is equal to A plus B. What do you think about this?
It's a type error.
Yes, this is a type error. Why a type error?
Because B is a string.
Yes. As you can see, this B got a string. It's a number. The value is 2, but the data type is string. Unsupported operand type is for plus, for addition, int, and the string it together. We can't do that, but this is possible in JavaScript. So what we should do actually, we should do is first we should change int or to a float, B, and now we should run and the value should be 5. Or another way also, you can change that to a float and B. Yeah, I may not remember all the errors, so I think it's better to follow this. Sorry. Okay. So syntax error, we saw already. Name error, we saw already. Index error, okay. So that's a very good one. The reason why I'm writing here is because this error is not something I can share, something you store the code. So let's write here, for instance, nums. I have an array 1, 2, 3, and I have. I am interested in the value of some of the values, so I want to extract the last digit, the last value, and if I go nums, and if I try to extract 3, do you think this is right? I'm interested to extract this one.
No.
No, usually it's less than by 1. The last index is usually less than by 1. Okay, so as you can see, index error, list index out of range, because this is supposed to be, the index of this is 2. So let's change it to 2 and we should see 3. Yeah, great. Now I have to check another index error. Module not found error. That's good. Okay, let's import mathematics, because there is no the so-called mathematics module. Instead, actually, we have math. Yeah. So as you can see, note module found error. So when you see such kind of error, you are sure that you know what mistakes you made. Yeah. You are trying to import something that does not exist. That's clear, right? So that's why Python is so nice. It tells you exactly the mistake you made. Okay, let's move on. From math, let's try to, of course, now if you want to see what the math has, remember to make use of the dir. You can use the dir. Now, for instance, I know pi, to get the value of pi, it's small. But how about if I try to import from math, import pi? How about if I try it like this? Import error again, cannot import name pi from math unknown location. But I think, how about if I do this, py? But now I did import it because it exists there. Somehow the module error, module not found error, and import error is somehow similar, as you can see. somehow, but now I'm using from, but here directly just import. If you see from import, if you use from import, it may think that it could be found somewhere else, but not in the math. But I made this the capitalization mistake. But if you do this, import math, we imported it, and then we can actually extract the pi. If I'm trying to use pi and store it math.pi. As you can see, attribute error. Attribute error, module math has no attribute pi. Because, do you know why? Tell me.
This is uppercase.
Yeah, it should be small.
It should be lower.
Yeah, it should be lowercase. Now, the attribute means it's like a method, okay? So attribute error. Module math has no attribute of pi. So all these are attributes of or methods and actually I can say methods or attributes of the module math. What else? Let's see. Module not found error. Okay, attribute error. We saw that. Key error. The reason why I'm writing here, because if we read the code, it's so easy, but you know, you don't see, and it's hard to follow by reading a code instead of writing. Yeah, so I have to write for you. Person, it's a dictionary. Person. In the person, let's do something. Okay, name. Sub and age. 250 is married. True. And country. We should make it all the time. Yeah, this is a good dictionary. It's enough, right? Yeah, if you see person, yes. And remember also import from me. Sometimes you can use pprint to make it pretty, beautified, but it's short. Okay. Now let's try to extract the country. Okay. Person. Country. Instead of country, if I say county. Key error. So I'm trying to use a key which is not there. There is no a key called county. Yeah. Or if you try also something, it's not there. Nationality. And if you try, yes. But if you try to, for instance, get the age of this person, you get this value. Great, key errors. So it's not type error. We have seen type error already by adding. So that import error, we have covered it. Import type pointer. Cannot import name power from, what's the difference from the other? Import error, we have seen already. Value error, what is that? Yeah, value error is, for instance, yeah, this is really good. A is equal to 2. Can I change this to a value? I mean, the data type now is a string, but we can change it to a value for, I mean, numeric value. Either it can be a float or it could be an integer, right? So by saying int and a, I can say float and then a I got. But if my value was like 2a, something like this, can I change this to an int? No.
No.
Yeah, that's the value error, invalid literal. So we can't. If we have, for instance, 2, okay, this is just a character. You can't change this to numeric. If you say int a, value error. So when you are trying to change some string to a number, a numeric, either a float or an integer, you get a value error like this. 0 division error. That's so nice, right? If you try to divide something by 0, so that doesn't have any meaning. So if we try to just do a is equal to 10, and if we have b is equal to 0, and if you try to divide a by b, you should get 0 division error. Yeah. Great. That is all about what is this type errors. Yeah. So you are done with day 15. Congratulations, guys. So now let's move on to the next. Which one is it? Okay, but before that, do you have any question?
This is Rene speaking.
Yes.
I actually don't agree with you that the Python is very friendly with the error messages. I think that they are often very long, and I mean, these that you have shown, these are nice, but I get very difficult messages. I don't even try to read because they are so long and sort of messy.
Okay, yes, I agree with you. That sometimes it just flood you with just lots of error message. I think what I usually do, I try to see the last message. I try to see the last message. Don't look at all the scary red and something message. I think try to look at the last message and fix that. And when you just fix one of the error, all will go. Yeah. So I think I agree with you. You're right. Sometimes it may like give you lots of error messages. Just these are short, but sometimes, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I don't have that much of a difference with that statement. Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Let's finish from this interactive shell, and let's move on to the exception handling. And again, if you have any question before we move on to the exception handling. No? But what do you think about this? The word exception handling, by the way.
Could it be about avoiding error messages?
Yes, yes, to avoid error messages. Here we saw the errors. By the way, these errors, while you are developing, they are a feedback for you to fix. But after you complete the software or the application or the website, if these errors raised, that means your application is crashing actually. It's not working. While you are developing, it's a feedback for you to fix something. But after deploy, this error means your application is not working as it's supposed to be. Okay? Now, this exception handling is the way to handle those errors gracefully. They call it graceful deprecation. Graceful deprecation means It has error, but the website or the application or the software doesn't crash, but still it has a bug. So what is better? Because it doesn't matter if it has a bug or not, but if it crashed, that means it's just a disaster already. So it's good to handle it gracefully. Okay, let's see how we do that. Exception handling, I guess that's day 17 in according to, so maybe I can read this for you. Python uses try. It's try means almost like if, except. If things go well, execute. If not, go to this block. Yeah. Python uses try and except to handle errors gracefully. Have you seen? Wow, such a lovely word, gracefully. A graceful exit or graceful handling of errors is simple programming idiom. A program detects a serious error condition and exits gracefully in a controlled manner as a result. Often the program prints a descriptive error message to a terminal or a log as part of the graceful exit. This makes our application more robust. The cause of an exception is often external to the program itself. An example of exception could be an incorrect input, wrong file name, unable to find a file, malfunctioning of input, output device. Graceful handling of errors prevents our application from crashing. Yeah, great. We have covered the different Python error types. Yeah, just we did a few minutes ago in the previous section. If we use try and except in our program, then it won't raise error in those block. Yeah, so try goes to this block of code, except, as you can accept, we may add this condition. It's an optional, as you can see, may or may not have a condition. I wrote it here. And another block. But this line of codes, they usually run. Whatever the case, no matter what, this line run with this. Only this one go if the program has some error. I think this diagram may not show you, may not explain you very, it's good, but much better is when we write a code. Let's go this one. So we didn't write anything there. So exception handling .py. So this is how it goes all the time. Except. Yes. Now I may say, but there should be an indentation. Print 1 plus 1. Print things okay. The addition, or maybe it's wrong. I can just, it is wrong. What do you think about this code? Do you think it runs?
No.
Yeah. What type of error do you see here?
There's two different data types.
Yeah, so it's type error, yes. It's wrong. Have you seen what? Have you seen? It runs. Our application runs because I'm handling it using exception handler, try and except. If everything goes well in this block, this block of code will be executed, but if something wrong is happening, only this will be executed. Okay, let's fix it. What do you think now? Which block of code will be executed?
The upper one, the try one.
Yes. Have you seen it? Yeah. This is try, but how do we make use of this? Okay. Age. Enter your age. Oh, I have to use the input, right? I can say print. I can say if you are years old. Now let's run this. I'm 250. You are 250 years old. Yeah, everything goes well. But how about if we try to calculate something here? So age can be calculated. Current year. The current year is what's the current year? I think 20. No. Yes, so we can get the current year even from time. Yes. Actually, let's get both. Current year. Enter, input, current year. And then birth year, whatever you call it, input birth year. So now instead, let's do the calculation. Age is equal to current year minus birth year. And then now, what do you think about this? Do you think this code run?
No, because those are strings. You need to change them to integers.
Yeah, let's first start running. Current year, I think as far as I know, it's 2021. And maybe I was born somewhere in the 1920s, whatever, who cares? It's wrong. Okay. Because this is a string, so we should first change it to an int type. An int type. Now it should run. Let's try maybe 2021, 1983. You're 30 years old. Yeah. So if you have seen, whenever your application has some error, it doesn't crash. Instead, it gives you just some feedback. That's error handling. So we saw here this part, but actually it's not only except. Did I tell you that we can add here may or may not have a condition? Let's try adding. But before that, I think I want to show you the else part also. How about else? Else. This part usually run print. I run what in any case. In any case. So if you have a plan also to run this with this condition, you can add this. 221. 983. I run in any case, okay? And also there's also finally. I am happy all the time. That means I run all the time. The last two lines run all the time. So if you have any any thing to execute with this. With this, you can use this together both or either of two. So it runs after that. 2021 and 19. I run in any case. I'm happy all the time. Okay. Now let's see adding type error here. Type error. Yeah, I have to type error, exception, division error, zero division error, except name error, except. What are the errors we saw? Value error. What did we see? Another except index.
Module.
Yes, index error. Whenever you start to, after you write in Python, and if you don't have something to put, you can skip it for some time by using pass, okay? Pass for some time until you write your expression there, okay? Now, this doesn't do anything, okay? But I am accept module not found error. But now let's make different errors here. I will just turn this off, and this will be print zero division error. Print name error. Print value error. And print index error. And print module error. Okay. Then let's make some mistake here. Print, for instance, let's start by zero division here, right? 1 divided by 0. This is very clear. So which line do you expect to run? Which block of code? This block. I'm expecting this. Okay, let's see. Of course, the others, this yeah, it's something you should be sure that the else usually run with a positive if this is go well. As you can see, it didn't run with wrong value, but finally it runs no matter what. If it's positive, if it's wrong or right. Okay, now let's make another error, 1 plus 2, and this is actually a type error. What? I don't see anything. It's wrong. Yeah, but that's not what we need. It is a type error. It's a type error. I think you got the idea, right? How about a value error? For instance, if I try to convert to A or A to an integer, a value error. Yeah. Or if I may try to extract something, for instance, I have a list 1, 2, 3, but if I am trying to extract something I don't have, that will be an index error. Index error. So you can add the yeah, but I think extracting error from exception item. I Googled too. Instead of manually typing, how about if we okay, accept exception as E. That's I will explain this to you. Index error. Okay. Attribute index error an object, but let's just try the error itself. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I prefer this one than writing this because we most probably avoid writing all this, and with just this handle the different kind of errors and give us a very good feedback. Let's try it with this one, for instance, 1 plus 1. Let's see, list index out of range. Yeah, let's remove this part and just get the message. Unsupport operand type for int and string. Yeah, it gives you some message just by handling it, but this is not a crash. It's not crashing. Okay, you are handling it. So this is error handling, guys, and it's short. We will come to packing and unpacking in another time, and nothing to do with error handling. How is it, guys? Did you get it? How was it? It is for you. Just you don't have to use error handling all the time, but it's just a robust way of handling errors. It's just built in. It's there, and you can make use of it. Great. Do you have any question? Okay, what's next? Do we have about 10 minutes before break, or we can take about 15 minutes, and then let's talk about regular expressions. But before that, let's understand what is the purpose of regular expression. Have you ever heard of regular expressions before?
No.
Okay. And also another message for others who are going to take the JavaScript lesson. Regular expression is in every language. So once if you know it in here, so you don't have to relearn all over again. So it will be used anywhere. So guys, once if you know regular expression, you are okay in any language. So they call it actually by itself, it's a programming language. It's a small programming language, you may find almost in every programming language. Yes. And it helps you to detect and find a pattern in a text. Okay, for instance, if the pattern has some if a number has some telephone format, or maybe if you are interested to look for the word love, just the word love in a text, maybe you might be interested to just find the word love. Yeah, or maybe you might be interested in just some pattern, the repetition, how many times it occurs, and also to clean, to remove, for instance, some characters. You are not interested in this sign, or maybe this, or this. You want to remove all this from the text, and you want to make your text clean. So these regular expressions are so powerful that they detect pattern, and you can remove that pattern or check how many times it occurs. So we will see that. I think it's better if we read together from 30 Days of Python. Oh yeah. Where is it? I think day 18. Let's go. I will read this with you guys, and I will just highlight this. Maybe a bit bigger. A regular expression, or sometimes we call it regex, is a special text string that helps to find patterns in the data. If you have a plan to be a data scientist, data analyst, machine learning specialist, whatsoever, yeah, this is the tool, very important tool to know. It makes your life so easy. And of course, before you do data analysis, machine learning, modeling, whatsoever, you have to clean your data. And that's the time you need a regular expression. Regex can be used to check if some pattern exists in a different data types. To use regex in Python, first we should import the regex module, which is called RE. Yeah, as we just import like this. So easy. Great. Now you know. Then there are different methods methods that you can access from this module, the regular expression modules. Match, does it match? Search, we can search. Find all, it allows us to find all the pattern we are looking for. Split, even we can split the text at that specific point and substitute. Of course, it's not just talking, we will do it practically. Let's start doing this. Yeah, I think instead I am interested to copy this text because I made some text already, but let's do here some regex. I call it regex.py. Import regex, and remember to know what it has there. Yeah, why you care? Because the dir is there for you to tell what this module has. Then look at it. So we are interested in substitution, we are interested in splitting, because those are the common uses. Maybe match, find all. Oh, these are the four. And all I can see. Substitute. Where is match? It should be somewhere. Match and search. Those are. So what are the methods we are interested to check here. First we go for a match, and then we go for a search, and then we go for a substitute, and then split, and then find all maybe. Yeah, those are methods of this. So you can like this. This works, I can tell you this. Only look for a pattern at the beginning, the string. I want to ask everyone if you understand this statement. What does that mean? It just look for at the beginning. If it's not at the beginning, it doesn't care. It matches only if it's found at the very beginning of the string. This look for throughout the string and stops when the pattern is found. Only look for a pattern at the beginning of the string. Yes. This, yeah, I think substitute a pattern with anything, any text or any other pattern. Substitute. Okay, this is split also, this find all. So let's, I think, better to practice. I bring a text, this text. I'm interested in this text. I copy it. This, what is this, the data type of this, guys? Tell me.
String.
A string. Okay. How many characters does it have? No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to count, because unless you use the len method. Yeah, but the reason why I'm asking, a string could be short or it could be long. How long? It could be really long, but this is just a couple of words string. As you can see, I love to teach Python and JavaScript. So do we have the word love in this text?
It appears to be there, yeah.
Yes, so we have love here. So now let's use the match method. The match method, the syntax is actually match. This is how you write. Then you write the pattern here, and then the text, the string, and then here it takes also actually flags. The flags could be rem dots eyes, for instance. That means ignore the cases. But now let's just take it without any flag. For instance, what's the pattern I'm looking for? Love. And from which text? From this text, that's why. And let's see the result. Let's store it in a variable match. If there's a match, or you can call it any name, okay? Let's print the match. Print match. Oh, none. If there is no match, it gives you none. But guys, do you remember the definition this here? Only look for a pattern at the beginning of the string, because there is no love at the beginning. But how about if I do this like this? I love. Do you think it will find it?
It should. Yes.
Yes, because the string I love, because this string starts with a substring I love, so it should be there. Yeah, there's a match object. As you can see, this match object says that match I love is found where? At 0 index, and it goes up to 6. We can actually take this out. Match, and then I think span. If you want span, let's try. Yeah, have you seen the span? The span is something like this. So sometimes where it starts, if you want to split it out from there, so you know the index is there. So from this also, starting index, start index, match, not like that, match dot span. And as you can see, this is a tuple, right? So I can just go 0 and ending in end index, match, and span. You can go to again 1, but I will also show you another easy way of extracting. You can say start and you just write the match span. We call this one actually as unpacking. Have you seen this, and this is the same. If you want to check, print start index and index, and here again print start and end. Huh? Oh, guys, you should tell me that I made a mistake. Yeah, as you can see, 06, 06. Using this index, you can slice out this value if you are interested. For instance, let's do slice out. Text, print, text. What's the starting? Start and end. Like that. I love, have you seen? Nice. Just to deal with. Anyway, match just helps you to take the value out. How about if this starts with a small? Do you think it will find it?
No.
Let's try. Let's try. Yep, it was not found. Since it is since it was not found there, what we get from the match is none. So if we are trying to get some value from none, everything goes wrong. So we didn't. So we can fix, actually, we can use regular expression, a flag. You can use flags, and then array dot case. You can ignore cases like this, or you can just make it short like this. And if we write now, we should get a value. Yeah, as you can see, I managed to extract it out. It doesn't matter if it is lowercase or uppercase, it doesn't matter. But even you don't have to write like this. You can just remove the flags and you can just write it like this. This is all about match. And remember, match all the time looks from the beginning. If it's not at the beginning, it doesn't care. So if you have a plan to check something from the beginning, what you should use is match. But if you are looking for something in the middle or somewhere else, don't use match, because match doesn't know what to look for something somewhere else. Okay? Is it clear? Guys, tell me if you don't say anything, I will be stuck in here. Is it clear? Okay, good. Then if that is clear, then let's go to search. Search actually is the opposite of match because it looks anywhere. But if it founds once, it doesn't care. Okay, so now let's use a search. Okay, search also go re.search. The pattern is usually pattern and then the text. Then we are looking for love. Everybody's looking for love, right? Don't you? It's a good thing to look for, right? Yes. So let's search love in this text. Yeah. Okay, so if we are trying to match, I can store it. Yeah, match is good. Print match. Yeah, it was found. As you can see, it was found because it gives us an object and it is found at index 2. Let's see, 0, 1. Yeah, 0, 1, 2. It's at index 2. It starts at index 2. And we can extract this the same way we did here. So, yeah. How about if it was love capital? Let's look for love. Let's change it to love. Do you think we can find it? What do you think?
Nope.
No, because it's not the same because it's uppercase and this lowercase. Let's see. Yeah, the value as you can see is none. It returns none. So again, we have to use the flags. You can use the flags like this or just regular expression. Please ignore cases. Ignore cases. That means it doesn't matter if it is lowercase or uppercase. So now let's look for love using the search method. Again, now we found it. Great. Yeah, so how about if we have more love? I love to teach Python and JavaScript. If you do not love this, what else can you love? Such a strong statement. Anyway, so I love to teach Python and JavaScript. If you do not love this, what else can you love? The reason why I'm making lots of love here is because I want to count them back later. So how many love do you see on this text?
3.
Yes, 3. But let's run this code. Have you seen any difference in the result of the search?
No.
No. So what we learn from search, it just look for the first occurrence and it doesn't care the rest. Okay, it stops here. If it was in here, for instance, if we don't have love here, it comes to up to here, it finds it here and then it stops here. Is it clear? Yes. So to recap again, match. It's look for at the beginning. Search. It looks through the text, but it just stop at the first occurrence. Then I think, so how about if we are interested in the total number of love? That's the best ways. Find all. So then I call it, instead of match, I call it matches. There might not be a word, the so-called matches, but we create the word matches. Find, because the reason why I changed it to matches, because I'm expecting more than that. And find all, return a list. Okay, log, and I go for text, and let's see, matches. Oh, list of love. How many of them? But someone said already that we had 3 loves in here, but
because
we
the exception, the capital exception.
Yes, you're right. The capital one was not selected. So we have to fix it here again. Because for instance, in sentiment analysis, in machine learning, whatsoever, even for a human being, this love and this love is the same, right? So we have to do some kind of changing everything to lowercase before we start processing our text, or we have to use some kind of ignore cases. So ignore, and now let's run. Now we have love, all of the loves. That's great. Yeah. This is how you use find all. Now let's use the substitute. Yeah, substitution is actually replacing the text you have to something else. Yeah, I love to teach Python and JavaScript. If you do not love this, what else can you love? Then we have 3 labs here. How about we change love to hate? Oh, no one changed love to hate, but in this case, in Python lesson, we can do. Let's do that. So what is, that's crazy, right? Anyway, but let's do it. Substitute. What, so you take the pattern and the text, and then even in this case, actually I will come to that later, but just let's have love, and actually the word you want to substitute, hate. Oh, lots of people hating JavaScript and Python. No, just for demo here, okay, guys? Then let's do, we have to store this. This doesn't replace the original text, so it just gives you a new text. So let's store it with at some, okay, sample or test. Let's print test. I love to teach Python and JavaScript. If you do not hate this, what else can you hate? Anyway, if you do not love this, what else can you? First place, the statement has a problem. So I love to teach Python, but how do we change this? Because this was not changed to the word we want. So because actually if I do it may not work. The reason why this takes additional parameters, instead this really needs flags. You should use the flags. Have you seen now? I hate to teach Python in JavaScript. If you do not hate this, what else can you hate? Oh yeah. So you can substitute anything. And then what else? Split. Maybe we can split this anywhere we want. Yeah. For instance, if you want to remove all the lab, and we can split it here. Whenever there's a lab, we can split. But let's maybe better to split this regular split and add the dot, because that makes sense, right? And text. And let's get print. We got lots of things. What is that? I hate. Why? Oh, yeah. Yeah, because in a regular expression, the dot means something else, guys. So have you seen now? It's even somehow different. The dot in a regular expression means something else. So that is why I got something like that. But now the plan even is to break it into, I love to teach Python and JavaScript up to here, and then that. So how about if I add additional space, most, why?
What if you only have the dot and space?
Dot and the space.
Without the...
Yes, now, but the reason why to S in, okay, let me guys tell you. If you use this character, we call it in Python escape. And then dot, that means now the dot is not anymore spatial. Now it acts like a full stop. And then I want space because I want to cut it at here, at the dot and space. And then it will be two sentences. Let's see. Then, as you can see, I have the sentences and then this one. And because this, we have also this and this space, this become also another additional, but that doesn't matter. Maybe we can also try without the, but still, as you can see, we have this additional. That is, it's okay to have this because in data processing, you clean step by step. It's not just in one go. This is how the split work. How about if we want to split it at love? Love, let's do love. So I love to teach Python and JavaScript if you, but this was not, because still we need to have these flags. To be safe, sometimes you can use the flags if you, there's some exception if you don't use this. So yeah, to teach Python. So as you can see, I managed to cut or chop it off at the lab. As you can see, now there is no lab. Chop it off. So this is how the find all, split, substitute, search, and match works. And after 10 minutes after the break, we will continue regular expression, more patterns. This is not the end. So how about if we have a short break that is 10 minutes, and then if we return, remember to have a cup of tea or coffee and come with lots of energy. Yeah, I will see you later, guys. Yeah. Welcome back. So we've been talking about regular expression, and let's continue. I think, where did we stop? A regular expression, we saw the most important methods of regular expression like match, search, substitute, split, and find all. The match, just look for from the beginning, and when it's find, it gives you an object. So you have to, if you get an object, that means it was found. But if it's not found, it gives you none. This one goes through the text. It could be to the beginning or the end, but when it found the pattern, it stops. So it just only look for the first occurrence. It doesn't look for instance, the last occurrence, okay? Substitute. The substitute, you can use some pattern and replace that. For instance, we change hate with love. It would have been much better if we change hate to love, but in this lesson we did. Split, you can split your text at some pattern at some point. So we have seen that also, and it gives you an array. This, look for all the patterns, and it returns an array. If you have noticed, I usually say it returns something. So you should know what it returns. Is it returning none, or an array, or a string, or a boolean? Because that's what it matters the most. Yeah, great. So we saw this. Now we see more of a different kind of writing the regex. Okay, I think for that regex, this is very good. Okay, let me see if it is a Python. I have to change it to Python. Oh, are they still using? Anyway, but they didn't. Okay, to write, maybe. Let me write something. I love Python and JavaScript, okay? So let me just try to write a pattern here. As you can see, usually we write R, that means row, but you don't have to write R all the time, but it's okay. Now, if I'm looking for Python, it was not found, as you can see, because it is capital in here. How about if I change it to P? Yeah, now it's found. As you can see, match, full match. As you can see, it is found. So this is actually the span object. So it was found. How about if I use the pipe operator and the JavaScript? JavaScript. Have you seen? It found both actually. Yeah. Now, as you can see, there is a different flag. Let me remove this flag. I am removing this flag and removing this flag. No flag. So it's just looking for. Now this is acting like a search. Yeah, because search stops once it found the match or the pattern. But now we can change where was this? Now let me make it global. But if you make it global, it look through the text. Now it look for both. How about even add potato? Potato, do we have? Yeah, I can add everybody loves potato. Yeah, as you can see, I'm looking. So you can use the pipe operator also. Maybe you can even use, for instance, so as you can see, it's just a string. But you know, sometimes it's not like that. It's somehow complicated. So you may look for something. Let me just remove this. This is how you use. Let me remove here. If you write A to C, for instance, you are looking for either A or B or C. Log. Is there A here? Nope. Is there B here? Nope. How about a log? Yeah, because this means either A or B or C. So actually, to look for any of the characters, we can make A to Z. But it's not global, so the others are not selected if you make it global. I mean, if you make it global, all will be selected. Yeah. Yeah, let me just keep it global. How about if I am writing numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? The numbers were not found. So I can make actually 0 to 9. Now I'm selecting them. How about if I write space? Space is not found now. Okay, the space. If I can add actually space inside. If I remove that space, yeah, a space also can be, actually we can use the space. I can show you because I don't also remember all this thing. Space, one white space could be written like this, slash and s, small s, like instead you can also adjust the space, or this. Okay. Yeah. So this is how it works. But for instance, if you are using this, the carrots, they call it the carrots. Where is that? This. Actually, it's excluding. We are excluding A to Z. We are excluding A to Z. Have you seen? But the opposite. So except A to Z, that means except characters, this means. How about the other way? Sorry. If we write 0 to 9, so as you can see, we are excluding all the characters and all the numbers, but it works for symbols, for instance. Yeah. Yeah. So now you got the idea. Let's make use of this. I mean, we can read this. A, C, this means actually A or B or C. A to Z. A to Z, uppercase. A to 0 to 3, 0 to 9. And this means lowercase, uppercase, and numbers. This means numbers. Yeah, just numbers. And this means does not contain numbers. We can also see that. For instance, instead of writing numbers, something like this means numbers, as you can see. It means numbers. We can also write this D. If we write the other way, that means actually letters in small case or uppercase. Instead of even writing A to Z and A to Z, you can write the shortest way, just slash capital D. I'm just showing you another way of writing, okay? You can make it smaller also, whatever. So you can write it in different way. This one is, I told you that exception. For instance, if you write something like this, it doesn't, not A, not B, not C. And if you add something like this, actually end, something which ends with this. Okay, I will show you here. I may write lab, and if I write it something like this, so it looks for something. I just love. Have you seen? Something I love. Yeah, so it should check the end. If the end is love, okay, it's love. So this, the dollar, help us to look for something at the end. It is almost like the string ends with. Okay, now we will come to this, the different symbols. I think it's better instead of here. We can change this, by the way, this list and this diagram, they are the same. Okay. Dot means any character except new line. So if you write actually dot here, any character, but not new line. Yeah. But I think not new line as any character except new line. Your new line, by the way, new line means in programming, usually it represents use. This is the new line. So that might not be detected using the dot, but any character can be marked with a dot. So, but dot is not appropriate because it means any character. A means the character A. AB means the string A. B, of course, if it's the string AB, let me show you the difference between AB means we are looking for AB together. So we didn't find it here. Where is AB? Yeah, now I find it. I found AB. No, you see? But if you change this to something like this, AB, we are looking for either A or B. For instance, if you put something inside, have you seen? We are not looking for the string AB, but we are looking for A or B. So A is here, B is also here. So you should know what it means when we put something in a square bracket. The square bracket, we are looking for each character inside. Yeah. And then A or B, I have showed you this, potato or tomato, something like you can make it like potato or tomato. We can say a potato, and tomato are vegetables. Yep. So we managed to select both. And then this one, if you remember, I used the escape character. Let me show you. Did I tell you that this means, the dot means actually any character. So you can use this and then dot. Now, if dot now is a special character. Now it's a special character. It means it select any, it matches with any characters, as you can see. But to avoid its speciality, we can use the slash and then dot. Now it's not anymore special. So it's looking for the punctuation. Yeah. Great. I hope you understood what it means. And this regular expression basics. So now I think I didn't also talk about this, the star. Yeah, let me show you. That means 0 or more times A star. Actually, it means A 1 or more times. Does it? Yeah, have you seen? Once or more times. If it is, have you seen there one match? Huh? I want someone to interpret this for me. One match. I didn't write anything, but there is one match. Where is it? Help me out for this, guys. But I told you that this means 0 or more times. What does that mean? Even when it is not there, it match. That means. So I don't have it, but it match actually. There's one match. Okay. Well, how about plus? Plus means 1 or more times. To match, at least it should be there. One match. Yeah. Great. How about we saw, as you can see, it's already, this means 0 or more times plus 1 or more times. The quotation is 0 or 1 times. This means optional. For instance, if you put here, as you can see, 0 or 1 times. Maximum it could be 1 times. But why? I see if 5 matches, it should stop 0 or 1. Yeah, it's because of, I think, the global. This is because of the global, so I think that doesn't. And now let's move on to this exactly two exact values. For instance, let's need some for instance, a to z, a to z. I want you to check to write countries like this: Finland, for instance, Estonia, and Sweden. How about to write countries or something only with capital letter? If it's not written in capital letter, it's an error. So how can we fix that? How can we make such kind of a pattern? Or yes, I may help you. So we need the first letter to be capital, A to Z, and then we don't care for the coming letters, A to Z. We care actually, because it should be smaller. We don't allow people to write capital, because the pattern we want is starting from uppercase and lowercase. So how many times? 1 or more times plus. So let's see. Finland, it matches. Estonia, it didn't match. But if I write like this, Estonia, it match. Sweden, but if write it Sweden, no, it didn't match. Okay, I will give you some time to read this pattern. Yep. This represent this part, just the first letter, and this one, the rest of the letters. It could be 1 or more. Okay, great. Now, as you can see, exactly, we may need exactly 2, maybe 4. So I was born in 1980s, and now it is 2021. How about if I look for numbers in here? So I am interested only in numbers, so I should put it like this. I can d, small d, and plus. Now, have you seen? But this selects more numbers. So how about if I am interested only numbers with 2 digits? On numbers with 2 digits, I can just keep it like this. But the problem in here is this is selected separately and this is selected separately, so it's hard to notice it. They are, maybe I can make it, I have to make another. Here's 3. Very young. At least he should be 18. Have you seen now, since this is 2-digit, it has been selected. So exactly whenever we need some number of characters, yes, this was not selected. No? For instance, if I change this to 5, that means now I'm looking for numbers with 5 digits. None of them fit or satisfy this criteria. Yeah. Okay. But as you can see, we can also give a range 2 to 5. Okay, numbers 2 to 5. I think I added 6. Have you seen now this? But this was not selected. To make this selected, I can even make it 1 and above. So now, as you can see, even this number has been selected. Okay, 2 or more, and in range. In range, as you can see, 2, 5, and we saw this, and backspace character we saw somehow. For instance, for a digit, for non-digits, we saw also 1 white space and non-white space. Actually, if you remember this, did you understand this part, guys? By the way, this is something you should sit down in a quiet place and you should see it by yourself because it needs some kind of for instance, I saw some very good example here. Apple and banana are fruit, and all the cliche says an apple a day keep a doctor away has been replaced by banana day keeps the doctor far away. I wrote something. As you can see, have you seen this? That means this will be a, or I think it's better if we just take this. Okay, this is our text now. An apple and banana are fruits. And all the cliche says an apple a day keep the doctor away has been. Yeah, okay, great, whatsoever. Here what we have actually, let's write a pattern. Our pattern could be, you can have R. It's good to use whenever you write a regular expression. Even here you can add R, but you don't have to for just it means row text. Yeah, and you are sure that this is the pattern whenever you are writing this is the pattern. Okay, now let's look for instance, to look for a banana, you can write it something like this. You want to make apple or small case, and even the banana case, actually you can apple and then no apple. Yes, and then for the banana again you can go for B and small b and banana. No, that's not how it goes. Yeah, something like this. So actually using this we can look for a pattern. So regex, we can look for match, and the pattern, please add n, or some people write it this regex. You can call it regex or pattern. It doesn't matter, but that's common. I mean, it's a kind of a convention. And then text. text. Let's run this. What did I see here? It seems nothing is happening. What?
There's an extra A in the apple, in the rejects.
The rejects.
So there's AA apple. You should say AA PPLE, like the banana.
Where?
Rejects.
Rejects here?
Yes, and apple. There's an extra A.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yes. Why? Oh yeah, we are not printing anything, guys. Oh, print. Yes, we should print to see some output. Yeah, as you can see, there's a match. So the match is actually, it is here at 0.5. That means this. But I think the best way, find all, is great because it gives us all the, have you seen apple, banana, all the, have you seen the reason why I wrote different apple and bananas throughout this text is to check how these managed to extract them out. So you can use, as you can see, we use the square to make this either of the two, and then the OR operator to make between this and this expression. Yeah. We go through. This is the start. Okay. This one sometimes, let me show you. If we use the plus, plus means one and more times, as you can see. How about if I use, what is this? That means except numbers. Except numbers, because the previous is numbers, but the opposite is not numbers. And this is exception if you use it inside the square. But if you use it outside the square, something which starts with number. Do we have a number? 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Now it starts. If it starts with the number, so it selects it. Yeah. And if you remember, this is so starting. And if you remember ending, we use this. And let's see, because the reason why it ends with a dot, not a number. And maybe we need, yeah, as you can see now, this has been selected. Have you seen? Yes, because it ends with a number. Okay. Then, in addition to saying this, I showed you that you can select A to Z, A to V, all the characters if you want, like characters, alphanumeric characters. But how about you can use this, the opposite of, what is this, caret? And you can use yeah, you can use this, or instead also just it has its own this word characters. But the word characters, have you seen, it includes all alphanumeric characters. Numbers are also selected. So this W means actually another short way of writing capital, small, and 0 to 9. Another way of writing this is with this. Yeah, the reason, the problem of this tool is I have to remove it. Maybe I can show you that it's the same as A to Z and A to C and 0 to 9. Yeah, this means this. But have you seen He didn't select what? He didn't select the hyphen. He didn't select the parenthesis because it's a special character. So how about if I want to include the special characters too? Special characters, we handle it. And how was it? One word. Actually, we handle special characters with a capital of this. Have you seen that now? Yeah. Maybe I can write this and again. Yeah. So, hey, go for all the alphanumeric characters. And of course, remember also to include the special characters. But if you are interested in special characters, yes, especially in machine learning and data science, when we are cleaning text, we have to remove the special characters like these and these and these and this and this. We don't need them. Yeah, these are special characters. Okay, so as you can see now, it's all about using some kind of cheat sheet to remember. Yes, have you seen this, for instance, word boundary? Sometimes you may need also a word boundary. What does that mean, a word boundary, actually? Let me show you. I think this will be somehow clear for you if I use some kind of, you have to write B, this slash B, and then you can write the expression. Now I can say break the breaking. It's not break. Now, have you seen now the order, but the power now? So now I'm interested in a break which has nothing at the beginning and the end. So I use this, the word boundary, and I'm interested in this. Or that means I can say, for instance, mean does not meaning. Of course, I have to change this to mean. So mean, this like a mean, it's like a greedy, right? Does not meaning. So sometime, have you seen now, you can use this word boundary when you are interested in this. So we are not interested in this part, yeah? If you don't have that, you don't have this, so it will select something like this. So as you can see, it has quite a lot to learn, and you don't have to remember, because whenever you need, you come to, you have to use some cheat sheet, something like this, and you can solve problems. That is how you make yourself familiar with regex. I think this is somehow good enough to end this part of the lesson. How about, do you have any question? During the break, I went to the internet and collect someone's speech, Joe Biden's speech, as you can see now. So for instance, if we want to clean Joe Biden's speech, if we want to count the number of words he used, also, if we want to know the lexical variety of Joe Biden, lexical variety means the number of unique words someone can use during his speech. So we can do quite a lot of things. Just I brought this text a while ago during the break. So I think how about if we deal with this text, and then also on 30 days of Python, you can get Barack Obama's speech, Donald's speech, Michelle Obama's speech, Melina's speech, and you can do some kind of text analysis, or you can just play with it. But today we will fetch this text and we try to clean it and try to at least count different words. Yeah? How about that? It sounds like fun, right?
Yes.
Yep. So I think it's not yet time for a break. So it's just good to have the file handling then. Now we learn regular expression. We have to learn file handling. And in the meantime, we fetch that data. By the way, I create this the speech text. I go to the internet, Biden's speech, inauguration speech, and I was here a while ago, and then just came here and just because yes, and then it says at the end, and I copy and changed it to a text. So now Biden underscore speech dot text. Yeah. Okay, great. So you should know the source of the data. I didn't create the data. I didn't write the transcript. Someone wrote it already, even it is in the, actually it's the kind of official website, yeah. Okay, so where are we going to? File handling. Yeah, we should know how to handle a file. What does that mean, file handling, actually? File handling means you open a file and you read that file. And also maybe you create a file. You create a file and write on it. So file handling is quite important when it comes to programming. So let's read the short introduction. I usually leave a very short introduction in each day's topic. And for this, we have this software. We have seen different data types, Python data types, and I believe you know most of the data types. We usually store our data in a different file formats, right? Yeah. Now even we are approaching to data science, we should know what's the different data formats. In addition to handling files, we will also see different file formats. Text, for instance, I just made this Biden speech text. It's a text format, right? Yes, JSON, yeah, you remember the JSON file, how it looks like? We have been already using some kind of JSON file. Yes, it is not a JSON file, maybe who can remind me the JSON file, the countries, the big countries? Was it in day 5? Assignments. Oh, okay. Anyway, so the easy way for me, I can go to just Python because this is a kind of big repository for everything. So you go to data, and I will show you what a JSON file looks like. Yeah. So this is a JSON file, the key in the string and the value in the string, as you can see, and everything wrapped inside a list. You have one dictionary, another dictionary, and it goes like this from the beginning to the end. It has some certain structure, okay, pattern. If their name, capital, languages, population, flag, currency, it goes the same. This will be repeated all over again, but with different value. Okay, so that is a JSON file. Okay, JSON file, XML. What an XML file looks like, I will show you what an XML file. Maybe I think I should have it there already. XML, do I have? I should have put it here, but how about if I just show you XML file? No, that's not a good. W3 School might have a better option. Yes. As you can see, XML file looks like this. I will show you. So, food, breakfast menu. It opened with a breakfast and it should be closed at the end with a breakfast menu. So you may imagine, well, this is like a menu. So food, food, food. These are the menus. So they are categorized. The name of the food, Belgian waffle, and the price, the description, and the calorie. Then this pattern will be repeated. By the way, there you can have also, you can change this to a JSON or a dictionary, okay? So let's, by the way, display the result, and this is how it looks like. I think it's a very good example of JSON file. So if you put this as in a copy and let's put it to here, breakfast.xml. Then we have an XML file. Great, and then you can read it later. So now let's get back to where we were. A CSV, yeah, CSV means comma, separated value. XML, I think it was stands for XML. I think I'm about to forget it, but who cares of it's defined here. XML stands for extensible markup language. It's a markup language like HTML. Don't worry about the definition there. But it's another way of storing data like a JSON or a dictionary or XML or text. CSV, comma separated value, TSV, and that is a tab separated value, Excel sheets. Yeah, all those. There might be also other file formats which I may include later in another time, but these are the most common ones. In this section, we will learn. If we don't cover, you should go through by yourself and check all of them. We may see a couple of them. JSON and text might be enough. But first, let's get familiar ourselves with handling files with the common file format that is text. Great. Yeah. Let's because we are not loading the what is this, the Biden text in a stage. Let's just create a very small sample or example. Let's say example or sample.txt. I love Python, no, sorry, Python more than JavaScript. That's not true anyway. Okay, I wrote this. So I have to have a new file handling .py. So do you remember when we learn built-in function open? We have this open actually. So we can say f open and then the file name actually. The name of the file, for instance, in our case, sample.txt. And then actually it takes the path and then a mode. The mode would be reading mode, writing mode, or appending mode. These kind of things are hard to remember, so it's very good to read documentation. For instance, R read by default, it's the default value. If I don't pass any parameter, that means it's reading actually. But just to get yourself familiar, you can put the read there, the mode. Yes. Okay. That means something like this: read a plus, or write something. We will see that step by step, but let's see without reading, without adding any mode. So I will use this example step by step to read. We can go the files. For instance, if you have a different folder, go to the files and read the file. Then I will show you if I do this, print f. File not found error. Did we cover this? We didn't cover, but as you can see, even without covering, you may understand this type error. So I think I made a kind of a typo. I don't see the typo, but what is the problem, guys? Tell me. What is wrong with it? A sample.txt. Oh, yeah, I think, yes. It should be, I may, but no, we don't need something like that. It should be just like that. No such.
I think you have the sample text file in the same directory, so you should have no slash before, is it?
But slash is, this slash refers to the same directory. This slash means it refers to the same directory. Oh, now I don't know what's happening here. Open. No, let's try again. Line 2. No such a file or directory, sample.txt. Are you sure? I have it here. Sometimes let's just change the name. Maybe if there is some typo which I don't see. Example. Oh, maybe I can just.
Sometimes I have to save first the file.
I have autosave here. I think that's it. Let's see. Maybe if I made some typo or something, I don't know. Oh no. Let's see, where are we? Because sometimes we may put it in a wrong. Okay, let's try to search Biden's maybe. There's no reason that Biden speech txt. Then maybe if I have some problem there. Let me maybe add the mode if that affects. Okay, let's try week 6 CD, week 6 ls, we have this text. Maybe let's just create another folder because I have no idea why it's happening like this. It's not common. Let's put them in a files, just and I can have my that here. Yeah, of course, I know that's not a solution. Oh, yeah, I didn't add the path. Files. What? Now actually it reads it from that path, the files for some reason. But I think it should read it even without any folder from a top level. But as you can see, now I managed to read it from this. Now let's start just from the small text, the sample. I think it was a sample text. Where is, did I change the example? Yeah, okay, then let's change the example. As you can see, you find something like this. Yeah, it came from the name of the file, files this, the mode is reading, and if you don't put this one also, you may see the mode is reading actually by default. So, but do you remember this print and dir? Dir should be your base friend and then just F. Okay, yeah, different methods or attributes related to F, yeah? So let us see. Don't see this, they call it the magic functions. We can go down, where's the buffer, close the detach, encoding errors, a file, no flash. Let's see, it goes and we see read and red lines. These are the and write something we want to see. Okay, so how about if I write dot read actually, and I am not interested for the methods now. Oh, I love Python more than JavaScript, but how about if we have more text, maybe love Python or JavaScript? Please let me know which you love the dear most. To be honest, I love Python. I think most of the time in JavaScript, thinking in some programming language, guys. So it's not a typo, okay? To be honest, I love Python, but I think most of the time in JavaScript, yeah. Whenever you see a problem, you think to solve that problem. So the language you use is actually, it could be Python or JavaScript. So some of you might think in Finnish or Swedish or in English or in French or Italian, okay? I think in JavaScript most of the time. Okay, so let's run this. Yeah, I love Python more than, yeah, so that means using the read method, I managed to read all. But how about line? Allows you, yeah, have you seen it? Just read the first line. Maybe you might not be interested to read only the first line. Yeah, how about lines? Have you noticed something? have to repeat.
It made it to a list.
Yeah, it gave you, it returned a list, but at the end also there is this it's a new line character. This gives you just all the text as in a string. Just to know also what this is actually, you may check like this. Print type. Type is one of the very good method you should. Yeah, it's just a proper string. Yeah. Now let's go to again the lines, but I think instead I can just print f read line. It gives you one line and it's the first line, as you see. To be on, I think where was it? What is the value in here? Sometimes I write something like this when I have multiple printouts. What's the value in here? Nothing. Why? What's the value? I love Python more than JavaScript. But why those affect my value? Yes. Yeah. So actually, this
maybe because the cursor move.
Yeah. So this usually actually, after you do some operation, even we have to even close, as you can see. So when we didn't actually find the value from the red line, so the operation actually works like individually. So let's, but you can use either the read or read line. So it's better to demonstrate read line here, and I don't have to have this. Just one line. And if you make it plural, it gives you an array. Yeah, that is the, so the problem of using this open is you have to also close it at the end. So after you finish your operation, f.close. Yeah, you have to do this. But to avoid this, there is another way of opening with. So I prefer, or it's like a trendy way of using opening is with. So let's do with instead. So with open and as f. So we have to indent this and we don't need closing. So it's the same way of writing, but somehow different. Yeah, F. So you don't have to close, it will take care of itself. So I will go up again. So we read the text. As in, but I think something I didn't mention this read actually, it gives you the different lines if you pass instead of lines. If you just, this gives you the whole everything, but if you pass some parameter, for instance 2, it gives you 2 lines. What? Characters, actually it gives you the number of characters, not the lines. So you can just, for instance 10, if we go 10, it gives us this. So we have 10 characters including the space. Yeah, and if you go to 100, you may have some amount of text up to this, including the new including the space. It gives you those characters. Red line, we saw already red lines, and we saw it. And actually split lines, Okay, let's try this one, the difference, and let's see. Instead of lines, how about if we try lines, and after we f.rate, and then split lines, and then let's print the lines. Yeah, okay, so the reason if I were you, I am interested in this one instead of read lines. Do you know why?
You don't have the new line?
Yes, yeah, so this doesn't have the new line. This, we don't have the new line, so you don't have to clean this list. It's somehow already cleaned, right? Yeah, it's already cleaned. Great. Okay, so remember, split lines is so beautiful for you to create list. Yeah, so it's the same. Now opening a file for writing and updating. Yeah, if you remember, this was like by default, it's a reading. How about if we want to update it? So we can actually open and at the same time add this. So we have to change, we have to add a reading, append. So let's ignore about that. So file.write, then you just pass your message here. Actually, if you know Python, you can be a data scientist and ML expert. And if I run this, and if I go to my file, do you see anything? Is there a new text here?
Sure.
Yeah, it's here. But now, as you can see, maybe you want your the text to be in a new line. You want it to be included here as a new line. How can we add? I think it will not be that much of a hard. We can just add maybe, I think this is enough to fix that problem. Let's do. Have you seen it? It's the new line already. Yeah, let's see. Let's run it and see again. Have you seen it? Yep. Maybe how do you run, for instance, if I have list of skills, list of skills, let's see, skills, I may call it skills. And let's write Python, JavaScript, and of course pandas, and maybe SQL. Learn. Yeah, I can loop through this text and I may say for skill in skills, and then I want to append those like this, and I may say, of course you have to use this F if you want to append it. Everybody wants to know, and if I just like skill, what am I doing? Where is this curly bracket? Oh, today I forgot where it is. Oh, okay, I see that. I have to make this a bit lower, maybe. So now the plan is actually to add this 2 here. If I run this, oh, great. Now let's see. Everybody wants to know Python. Everybody wants to know JavaScript. But where are these dots coming? Let's see. Maybe we made a mistake somewhere. f dot. Yeah, this unnecessary. And I can remove this and I will show you again. And if you so have you seen how we added this? Have you noticed, guys? Is it clear, guys? I'm asking, I need your answer. Just write type 1, that magical number. Are you getting it? So, yes, the lesson is heating up. So, I should give you another second break. And how about if we come after 10 minutes and it will be, after that, it will be the end of the lesson. Is that okay? Yes. Again, have a cup of coffee or tea, whatever you want to have, and come back with lots of energy. See you soon. Welcome back. We've been learning file handling. So we managed to write on file. And can we also delete the file we create actually? Yes. I don't like to create this, but let's create delete that. Maybe let's create a file, a sample.js. Oh no, txt. This is supposed to be deleted. Yeah, deleted. So we have this package operating system, and it is a default package. You don't have to install it. So we have to use the operating system to access anything related to the operating system on our local machine. As you can see, the code here, you import the operating system and then use operating system remove and then the file name. So easy, yeah. Then actually go to you call operating system, remove, and then the file, you go to the files, and then the name of the file is sample.txt. Let's run. Yep, it has been removed, as you can see. And then another thing, I think before that even we may see let's see what packages can we see. Operating system, make dir, as you can see, make dir. I can create inside files. For instance, I can create data. So this will create instantly a data. Let's see. A data. So if you, I was expecting to create.
Should it be files?
Hmm?
It's file. Should it be files?
Oh, okay. Thank you. So files. Make there. Oh, there's already, I should have seen here. So the system cannot find the file specified files. The system cannot find. Well, let's try just data here on the main info. Then I have some how to create a folder using Python. Create a directory. Now, operating system, make directory. Make dir. Did I make a typo? Make dir. No. I see. Yeah. So we should give the path properly. As you can see here, first let's see print operating system, then path. Let's see path. I will show you what you get. But for the time being, let's just comment this out. Have you seen the path? We saw some kind of path, operating system path. That path gave me this file. Yes, that is true, because it should be this. But I'm not interested in the last one. What I'm interested is actually up to here. Yeah, because I have to locate up to here. So I have to remove this part of the file. I can remove it differently, but if there's a shorter way of that, or maybe I think another way, I can just copy up to here, copy. Then I should say that maybe I think this can help us to create a folder name in the. Have you seen? Now I managed to create data. Have you seen it? Because I have to target that. But if I want to inside the files, I have to make it to the files. Yeah, we have another files. We can move, delete, all those kind of. And also if you want to move, I think, remove the directory, maybe we can use run directory. Yeah, it has been removed. And then if you want to remove the other also, just it's removed. So once if you know that there are some modules related to folder creation or removing, so you come here and what you do, dir print dir, and then operating system, and then you can have all the things related to operating system. This is related to environment, and system related to system. For instance, if you write name or system, print operating system of the name of this operating system, let's see what we get. Because I'm printing this, it's hard to see. I didn't get anything, but I'm expecting. Let's also turn this off. How about system? The system gave me such kind of thing. I don't know what it means. How about the host? Most probably me, host. In a node, we have this host function. I'm not sure if we have host or here. Again, I have to do the dir and operating system. Yeah, for instance, make dirs, make dirs, couple of directories, make dir. Systems, I was trying to know the name of this computer, you know. Yeah, I think better way, another operating system host in Python. Host name. Yeah, someone asked already. Get host name. This is it. It's in a separate module, as you can see. I was expecting to get from the same, or you can get it also import platform and platform node. But actually, someone also get it like this. Now I prefer to go for this one. Yeah. So print host operating system use what was the username and then actually that 1 or 0 1. But I think the thing what you should do also, just print the whole thing without a number, and you can get what is inside there. Uname, even I couldn't find. OS has no attribute uname. Surprise. But as you can see on Stack Overflow, if someone got this kind of thumbs up, it should work for me, but but it didn't actually, as you can see. Has no attribute username. Let's see here. The reason why, guys, because now maybe he got this point when was it? As you can see, Mars, is it in 2013 something? So by that time, Python was 2.7, something like that. So it may change that attribute to something else, but still it's possible to find it. Maybe it's some change. Let's see. Umask, uname result. Maybe I can go for uname result. So sometimes when you get some solution, you relate that somehow, and let's comment this out for some time, or maybe I have to add result. There, missing required. Which one is it? Maybe let's just do this. Sequence. Yeah, this need a kind of argument. I don't know what argument takes, but I think this is not something I was planning to do, and it's taking our time. But what the point here is, you can get the different methods to deal with the operating system. Yeah, that's I want to show you. But if we are interested to the host, we can also fix. We can use the import socket and import socket, and we can get host name like the other way. Print from socket and get host name. Let's try. Yeah, as you can see, the host name desktop, this is the host name. So maybe sometimes you may want to have a log, this to be run, for instance, from this person. Have you seen whenever I was running, it was added. So it's a kind of a log file by this person. You may add the date to add the date. Do you remember? We've been dealing with daytime at some point last week. This, if you remember, we have this. This create actually kind of date time. So let's change this actually a function, and we can make use of somewhere else. The display the day time. So if I just make it somehow indentation, and then it will be a very good function to make use of it somewhere else. For instance, I can put it here and call this, but here also it would have much better if we have the formatted version, if you remember. Yes, this, I need this. And then I can return, not with that, but I can return something like this. Yes, it needs some indentation. Yeah, this is a very good function. So whenever we wrote, so I want to display also the time. For instance, I can put it here, that display and you have to call the function. And of course, this also the name of the host. You may be interested in the name of the host also. Sorry guys, I used just this for nothing. So now whenever you run, I am running it a couple of times, and if you go to here, no, this is not what I was thinking, guys. It's somehow weird, and it runs many times already. We can remove it and clean it once more. Yes, I need the host name, that's great, but I need time. So where is it? The time should be display daytime. This is not displaying the day, the month, the year. So why? Let's try it once more and see what we have in here. Oh yeah, maybe I think I removed the dots. Yeah, guys, you should have helped me. F, we need the F there. Yeah, the form, no, don't do that. The formatting, so without that, it doesn't work. So now I have to first clean this. And if I run now, I should get what I am looking for. Have you seen? From this desktop, and the time is this, and some text. So I'm generating a kind of log time. But since we are running out of time, guys, let's deal with Biden's text. Now you know how to fetch data, right? So kind of like 15 minutes. So we can make some analysis. It's not analysis actually, just at least we learn how to fetch. Okay, so I may just Biden.py, I call it. So I need at least import regex, and then I am interested to with open, and the file name is, sometimes guys, not to make a mistake, you can also select like this. Sometimes I make such kind of a typo and I couldn't find it. We are not interested to append or something. What we do is actually as F and read it. Print, read a couple of like maybe 50 characters. F. This is what we learn, right? I have lots of things opened here, so let me just destroy that and have only one. It's okay, destroy. Yeah. I thought 1, 2. I don't like to be 2. I want just 1. Okay, for the time it's okay. Let's try to read this. I have a mistake. Maybe y files.python speech as if file not found. Again, the same problem. What's wrong? You help me, guys. What's wrong? Files. We have a Python speech here, and okay. How about if I try the example? I have no idea now. Again, I have some weird cases here. Oh yeah, of course, I forgot to locate the files. But still didn't work. File not found. There no such a file or a directory. Where am I working? Yeah, it seems that I'm not working in this directory, in the day 6. But why it's jumping to the okay, I have to manually run the file week 6. Reason why, so what's the Python, yeah, as you can see now it's running, because for some reason it's jumping to the main directory instead of the subdirectory. That's why we didn't manage to get run. So now I can change this to a Python. What was the name of the file? Python speech. Text. Yes, now let's run it from here instead of there. As you can see, charm cat.
I had the same error and I solved it by adding after the file name like text, and then there's the comma, then you add comma encoding is equal to. Yeah, after the text, and then there's the quote, you add comma encoding is equal to, and then quote UTF-8.
Encoding?
Yeah, there needs to be a comma before the encoding.
Encoding, yes.
Yeah. Encoding is equal to quotation mark UTF. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, thanks. Yep, so this is because now this read everything, so encoding is good. So we can also fix this by configuring the VS Code, but this is also a very good practice. Now, as you can see, we managed to read the, how about if we want to read line by line, just maybe read lines, and it will give us somehow, I forgot to close. Yeah, quite a lot of them. Now, guys, I don't like this, but I told you last time, split, read, and then after you read, split lines, gives you a very clean code array. I mean, a result. It's not a code, actually. It gives you a very clean, yeah? Have you seen this now? Yeah, it seems very clean. Not the, but the last one is clean. Now the point is, how about if we want to count the number of words he uses? Words are not, so we have to remove the special characters. Guys, can you give me extra 10 to 15 minutes? Shall we move on? Everybody's quiet because we have to make sense of this data. At least we have to count the total number of words he used during his speech. Shall we? Shall we have 10 minutes? Yeah, sometimes solving problem, you may not, you may not finish the time you plan. So at least we have some now, but let's clean the text. Yeah, let's clean the text. But I think before we split this, we can even remove the special. Okay, how do you remember this? The regex. So I can say regex dot, and then substitute, and then maybe I'm not interested in these characters. The special characters are something like this. We need this. And I will substitute with nothing. And what is the text? The text is going to be f.read. This is what I want. I can put it clean text, something like this. And let's try to print this here. Print a couple of the lines, maybe like cleaned 50. That's not working for me for some reason. So, oh, nothing happened. I don't see anything happening here. Substitute. Here, how about we got this? Let's see. Not okay. So as you can see, it's not good, right? Even we removed the spaces, but let's maybe add space here, and it may keep the space. Okay. Oh yeah, now it's somehow okay. But for some reason, as you can see, we have, I don't know how much it cleaned. It get cleaned now. But how about if we just instead we can do but it shouldn't replace that. Yeah, but if I do it like that. Okay, how about if I use this, but not this? Still, I can see that there's nothing much change. So I'm not effective in this method. We can try after we made after we change it to maybe an array. Okay. Do you have any suggestion, any idea? How can we count these words, the total number of words? This one removed all the yeah, everything. This removed everything. But if we leave a space, let's see what we can get. At least this is much better. As you can see, we replace anything, but now we can also again replace the space. Have you seen now? It's at least much better. But the reason why I don't like, because if there is a special character, for instance, let's see, there might be a apostrophe, then there will be a space instead. We don't want to have that. Okay, let's see. All special characters except space. How regex. Remove all special characters except space. Yeah. Someone wrote already. So as you can see, yeah, this is good. Oh, this is really good. So this is something you should do, guys. So that means don't do this, and space, but everything. Okay, let's do that. So sometimes you don't have to be stubborn. Just use Google to get some help. Sometimes I get stubborn, to be honest. So A to Z, and then A to the small z, and then space. And then, of course, you should make it to global. Yeah, but this is for a JavaScript. So in this case, it's okay. It finds global by itself. Let's see how, but now, wait, what did I forget? Can we just replace from this instead of doing that without? Because in JavaScript, in Python also we have replace. Yes. Oh yeah, I think I can keep the previous code, but the reason why I made a mistake is actually I forgot to add this inside here. Yeah. Yes, this is what I was trying to find. I'm happy. Now I'm happy, guys. This is what I was looking for. Now the second step is actually lines. We have to change it to lines. So clean the text dot split to lines. Yeah. And now I think it should need indentation. Print lines. Okay. So I have to run this again. Yeah, but as you can see, it's not any more lines because it's changed to a string. So this doesn't work anymore. So it's not appropriate to even change it to lines. So instead, I want to change it to a split to actually a word. So words. And then words. I have seen in the text some numbers, and all the numbers, all the characters are removed. Now we have clean list of words. Have you seen them? But as you can see also we have this. If you count this, you will end up like counting also something which is not a number actually. I mean, which is not a word. So we have to remove this and count. So how can we do that? And we can actually loop through. Do you remember the real words? Real words. I can, so then I can do like for word in words, if word different from this, and then I can put the word here. Have you seen? Now I can print real words. Real words, I'm just now let's do. Now, as you can see now, you don't see empty space. Yeah, it's just all our words. But maybe if you are not interested in like T, for instance, whenever we do not, so it becomes something like this. This is, we call it data processing and cleaning. So we have to go further and clean the text. But now this is somehow enough to count. So if you are interested to know now the gross, but it needs again somehow cleaning. Okay, I think how much word could it be? As you can see, he used about 2,399 words. But what is the lexical density? I think they call it in it's a language term, lexical variety. Is it variety? Yes, or density, maybe density. So then that means you should count the unique word. For instance, America, how many? You don't count America 100 times because I can see America, America everywhere. So America somewhere around, I saw it again, and it's everywhere, many times. So that reduced the word variety. So we should know how many times he used a certain word. Now, if I ask you, what were the 10 most frequent words used in his inauguration speech? How about that? I think if I leave this for you, how about that? Yeah, I think that's better if I leave this for you, because it doesn't make sense if I just solve everything for you and there will not be much learning. You can do the same practice for Donald or Barack Obama's speech because it's already there. I think this should be the end of the lesson for today. And for next week, we will learn about, because I have to tell you, and it will help you to prepare somehow, web scraping, some statistics, and some Panda and NumPy. After that, it will be actually somehow ready for to work on some data, real data, on different data, and you will be ready to be somehow to start any kind of data science, data analysis, and machine learning courses. Yeah, I think I have to stop the recording here.